If we save environment, environment will save us. Ladies and gentlemen, namaskar and welcome. It's me Mahalaxmi. You guys are watching the Mahalaxmi show. Today we have Juliana Coronado. She's trying to save the environment. How she is doing, what kind of projects she has, and how she tried to save the environment. We will talk to her. We will listen from her. So let's welcome her. Welcome to the Mahalaxmi show.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah.
So can you tell us? Can you tell something about yourself?
About myself, okay, so I guess myself, I am, living the normal life, fresh out of school. I'm really just trying to figure out what I want to do, with my life purpose, really trying to figure out what my deeper meaning is as a human. Currently, I do have a job. I am working in the medical field, and aside from that, I have my own real estate business, and then I do have my website. But my website is like my life purpose, my passion. It's geared around how to become a waste-free person, alternative usage of containers, lifestyle, eating habits, practices in order to be a healthier person, and also just use healthy alternatives and things that are eco-friendly as well. So that's what I'm working on my website currently.
So you have a mission to save environment.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
Right.
I do. I want to make sure that I feel like it's very complicated right now how the waste-free lifestyle is. I feel people overcomplicate it, or people think it's too hard, not convenient. In everyday lives, we're so busy and we're so used to the one-use disposal thing, or we're used to just, keep consuming and consuming and consuming, that we kind of tend to now forget the impact that, every single little thing what we do on a daily basis makes a very big impact. And, you might think that you're one person, but one person at a time can make such a huge difference. I don't remember the math off the top of my head, but I know just one person cutting out plastic bags, for example, when you're at the grocery store and just using the alternative ones, you're taking away like 20,000 bags like every year to 3 years, somewhere around there. It's a crazy number, but basically by the end of your lifetime, if one person just does as much as they can to eliminate and change their daily lifestyle habits just to become more on the eco-friendly side, it makes a huge impact. So I just want to bring that foundation and a platform, sort of, so to say, that will have the information at disposal, create also a community where people can connect, whether it be on a large scale, small scale. Farmer markets are definitely going to be something I want to incorporate, like an eco-friendly farmers market. I feel like, especially here in Florida, our farmers markets suck. Like, they really, really suck. Everything's still in plastic and stuff like that. So create something that's more farmer lifestyle again. Bring it back to just the fruits, the veggies, the natural alternatives, stuff like that.
Then how you communicate with people?
With the people,
Yeah.
So right now, the way that I'm trying to kind of connect people and share the platform out is my blog post. So I do try to share daily, well, not daily things, but daily I do add some things. I create blog posts. I also
You do meetup.
meetup. The meetup is another thing. We come together weekly. I attend this group called Action Club that kind of helped me realize what my life purpose was, what I like to do, something that I would always want to be doing, or something that I feel, gives me joy. Because we tend to get so busy in life that we forget what we want to do. Get a job, go to school, do this and that we tend to forget what we want to do, what our purpose is, and really just explore creativity and just, make things as well. But so every week we meet on Sunday, and I share my journey with people as much as people share their journey with me. So here we talk about what we're going to do weekly, what we're going to get done, on how to get, our bigger life purpose done more efficiently, share, connect, incorporate with one another. And then it just really helps myself too, because then I'm able to get feedback, communicate, create different thinking patterns that you wouldn't think on your own. You know what I mean? Like, oh, maybe I didn't think how this could be a problem, and someone mentions it to me, or someone asks me a question about what I'm doing, and then it makes me think from their perspective, so I'm better able to organize what I'm trying to do. So very fresh.
How you can convince the people?
Convince. So I do have that as a problem. I know that's my biggest obstacle. I know it's not easy for someone to get out of their daily habits, you know what I mean? To change, even just not getting plastic bags. It can be a huge change for some people and other people super easy. So the way of me convincing others, I guess, so to say, is just giving out information. So I think people don't really realize how toxic plastic is. Like, plastic is very toxic to our health, first of all. And I think even if you don't care about the environment, even if, you're just lazy, or, there's a million excuses, you know what I mean? Or if you just don't want to do it, you're just not familiar with it, or you just have no idea about all the things that go on with being a consumer on a daily basis, is, plastic is super toxic. Plastic touching food, there's a whole new studies and discoveries how we're eating little microscopic pieces of plastic on a daily basis. Although it's microscopic, it's not healthy. We're not supposed to be having, those things in our system. And then also in the oceans. And, it expands so much on a greater and broader spectrum on how our health on a daily basis is affected just by not being waste-free and being more toward the natural organic side, or just the natural side of things. Affects us. So I believe you should care about yourself first of all, and then also you'll be able to realize that through the information I provide through health, you'll also be provided information on the environment and how it's a lot easier to get done than what people most think. People think it's like a lifestyle change, so maybe just think like, oh, maybe this week I just won't use plastic bags, I'll get grocery shopping bags, or just not know the resources that are available. So just be very informative, I guess. That people just don't know, like homemade apple cider vinegar, the ones that we get at the store. You could use that one thing and remake it again and again just from your apples. So if you eat apples and you save the core of the apple and you put it in a jar, if I remember correctly, I haven't done this in a while, you put in the apples, you put in water, and then you add sugar, and then you let it like fermentate, I believe is the word. And after a while, you have your own apple cider vinegar that's homemade, natural, organic. You could use it to clean supplies, and then you don't have any apple cores to throw away. You could reuse your food scraps to make vegetable broth. You could use it to do so many things. Like the spectrums are endless.
Even you can make compost for like a backyard.
And composting at home, that's another thing too. Gardening is not everyone's choice. I know the city life here is very city-like, so you have like a small porch to make a garden. So I'm currently in the process of seeing what it's like to make a porch garden, and see, for people who even live in the city, have like the possibility of growing their own food, be self-sustained in some things, because when you have a porch, it's too small to fully sustain yourself, but have like the major components or things that you eat on a frequent basis, like basil, for example. That's really good to always add into your food, just to kind of give you different options, healthier instructions, how to, at the end of the day, just take away as much waste as you use. It can also be plastic. There's food waste too. There's water waste. There's just a lot of waste in general that people need to kind of be more aware of, and just kind of change, again, like I say, the little daily things to see what they can do to kind of impact as well. And I also think also about the children too, the new generation to come. We already lived a generation where we have a lot of things to dispose. We have already done what we wanted with the environment. We've already created so many new things that right now I feel we have to take a pause, rethink what our old beliefs, old systems were, and just, it doesn't have to be like, oh, just stop doing everything, but just alternatives, finding solutions, just coming together and finding natural solutions, rethinking the system, I say.
So you are so aware about environment right now.
Yes, the environment. So I'm a very big environmentalist too. I think that's where it comes. I just want to make sure that and I'm an environmentalist for my health too. I've seen the health benefits that come before it. I used to go from losing my eyesight from high levels of stress when I was growing up as a teenager, and from my health, my mental health first, of course, that was a really big thing I had to work on first. And then what helped that was my diet. So my diet slowly changed throughout the years, took away sugars and things, helped me become more healthier, to then become a healthier individual, to do things on a daily basis, do better work ethics, have more energy to do more of these things too. Just so many benefits behind it.
So you want to suggest the people don't use plastic. Try to find the option.
Yeah. Another option, I think the easiest alternative aside from plastic, just to go cold turkey on it, so to say, would be glass jars. I know it's really difficult to find a grocery store that's eco-friendly. Everything in the grocery store is package. Just try to look for the things that are in glass jars. Glass is one of the healthier options of packaged items you could use, and glass can be remade and reused as many times endlessly if you are recycling correctly. Another thing is providing information to people about recycling as well. Recycling is very flawed in our system right now. Unfortunately, although we say recycle, reduce, reuse, recycle, the recycling part isn't perfect right now. People think that everything that we recycle gets reused, but it's not true. 90%.
Better we should not produce the plastic anymore.
Yes, so just try to take plastic away completely so we don't have to worry about this, because recycling, it's like 80 or 90% of the things you throw in the recycling bin never get recycled. It just goes straight to the landfill.
In the ocean.
And the ocean as well too. Yeah, so there are lots of ocean animals. Whales right now is the big thing that you see on the news, that are coming up on the shores with plastic filled in them, dying from eating so much plastic. So yeah, our oceans are suffering too a lot, yes. Countries too. Their countries are way better than America right now, oh my god, with being eco-friendly. I know Germany is super eco-friendly. I have friends in Germany who've mentioned it to me, and it's like a normal to be doing daily attributions, daily practices, and always keeping in mind, oh, this affects this. I feel in America it's always super busy, business orientated, on the go. Everyone is focused on being motivated, successful, money in America. And other places, I feel like they're more open to the environment.
So you mean like America is so commercial, not like like public friendly, right?
Not right now. There's some areas, yes, like California, I think is our best state. I haven't been there to visit, but from what I hear, from what I see, from my friends living there, I'm going to visit this year soon just to kind of see what it's all about. That's like the only state I feel is mostly highlighting environmental impact, taking away plastic. I believe it was California, one of the states that took away plastic bags, the one-use plastic, out of the grocery stores. So that's a really big step. Just taking away one thing of plastic can make such a huge impact. That's taking away a big number of plastic bags going into our ecosystem. So I know there's also movements, works in the government. They're talking about totally banning plastic bags. But I feel like it should be all plastic. There should be more research in compostable options. People think that if you pack produce and certain things and things that are made from natural products, it's still not sterile, it's still not safe. Yes. In a way, it's not as clean, I guess, if you really think about it. But there's so many ways to clean the packaging itself and keep it separate and still safe, that by the time the food in that compostable bag expires, the food is already bad too. So I feel like that's even a better way to go about throwing out things in the grocery store, having packaged things that are made from compostable packaging. So then once you throw it out, or once the expiration date on the food, they can all compost together. There's so many things in the works.
Yeah, I think every day, like in America, they use 10 million something plastic bag and plastic glass.
For everything, even lettuce, like you have like 5 pieces of lettuce and like...
Yeah, for 5 pieces, like a vegetable, they put the plastic.
Everything, plastic. Even in like the produce section. So
what do you think, what is the main solution to ban the plastic?
Just daily changes. So what I do, I went ahead and explored multiple grocery stores. I compared, I'm working on a blog post currently comparing like different grocery stores and how eco-friendly they are. I have one in front of my house. I have a few in a few miles from me, and then I have one that's far away. That's pretty good right now. Just to kind of compare, you kind of have to go out there and start seeing different, alternative stores to buy from, or look in the parts of your grocery store that you wouldn't go to, like the bulk section. You think it's more expensive, but it's cheaper. If you think about it, when you're buying packaged goods, they're coming in already predetermined amounts, and those predetermined amounts are already calculated and priced. When you put it in your own jar and you're getting like 5 pounds of the same thing, of course it's going to be more expensive, because if you were to buy 5 pounds in plastic good items, it would cost the same or even more, usually more, because you're also paying for the packaging involved in the business, and part of the
Business.
basically the price you're paying for the packaging for the business.
Government has to take any action to ban the plastic.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like if there's not a higher power stopping companies and helping reinforce these practices, that they're going to continue being a problem. So I do feel there's a political aspect that needs to step in.
You guys
and
are
say
doing
something.
very good work, I know, but like it's take like long time,
Yes.
right? If government stop to produce the plastic, it will work very fast.
Yes, I believe so. There's already push. I know that there is, I guess, sort of a pressure right now, because I know we've been talking about stopping production of plastic by like 2021, just totally eliminating the single disposable use of packaging goods and items, because even the government has noticed it's a very big problem. It's going to affect everyone on a huge scale, scale.
People health, like for whole environment.
Yeah, and if our animals in the oceans just is the biggest one, if they're not able to maintain and live in their environment, we're not going to have food to eat for those who eat meats. I mean, I don't eat meat myself, but for people who eat fish or any ocean life, octopus, you're not going to have it. You're not going to have it.
You will get the plastic.
Yes, you'll get
the plastic piece, right?
Yes, and on a different topic, like on a spirituality topic, it's blocking your energy waves, and it's really blocking a lot of pathways if you want to be able to elevate yourself at a better mental standing to be able to move on in your spirituality journey even.
So you are like giving good knowledge. You go to the different place, you meet the people, and you try to convince the people. How difficult to convince the people?
So I don't try to convince anyone. I'll portray my message, I'll explain some things, and I'll give out the information on how it would be beneficial in the end. But there's a huge thing. So like with organizing the farmers markets right now, I'm just going to start with Florida and my local area to see how it works before I expand it on a bigger spectrum, because my idea is for me to live in the RV or van life, and I'll be able to travel around and organize all these things. But right now, the biggest thing is portraying the message and setting it up. And it's really difficult because right now, I want to keep it community-based. I don't want there to be so much money involved. I want it to be a movement.
It's a kind of social work.
Yeah, basically, like a movement. I don't want people to feel like they have to pay to get all these things too. I want, people to be spending less money. I want there to be some sort of way where people are able to just come together and have it put together. But my biggest thing is just connecting people, making sure it's free, that it's also benefiting the farmer markers, the people who are giving the products, the people who are putting the time to also give out the natural alternatives, to not have the plastic goods, and just making sure that it's a safe place and a safe way for everyone to be able to come together and have this more eco-friendly community.
More natural.
Yeah.
More organic, right?
More organic too. I was even thinking what I thought was a cool concept was if neighborhoods were to get together and have like garage farmer markets, and just in front of their house have like a tent, and everyone in their own community, in their own neighborhood, just get together on the weekends and be like, hey, I have a mango tree, buy my mangoes, or take my mangoes, or switch mangoes with me for something else. You know what I mean? Like something so simple like that. Miami, they do that.
They can grow in their own backyard.
Yeah, so for example, Miami mangoes are a huge thing. People give out their mangoes, people come together, sell the mangoes, blah, 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 because there's so many mango trees in Miami. But I feel like just that concept could be applied on a much bigger scale. And there's also communities already online that kind of get together and switch food, who have gardens too. And then you're not wasting money, you're just meeting new people and you're connecting and just...
Okay, where people can see your activities?
So my website is called sufficiencysimplified.com. And there is where right now are all the information and blog posts in regards to like the informational aspect of it. Right now I'm just connecting the communities and getting those test trials done, I guess, to see how I can organize the farmers markets. And then from there, it's just growth and seeing how I can do that. I want to create a charity mainly for this, like a nonprofit organization, to where people could donate, people could also contribute, not only from where I am, but from other places. I'm able to give them instruction on how to continue on this movement. So stuff like that.
Do you have any message for our audience?
I guess I'll just say, just be mindful, be humble, and do your best every day to do something.
And try to be natural, safe environment.
Yes.
Save yourself.
Safe for yourself. Stay
Right.
healthy.
Saving environment means you are saving yourself.
Yes, I agree. What she said. Saving the environment saves yourself.
Thank you very much joining us.
Yes.
Thank you very much watching the Mahalaxmi show. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. We will come next week with another guest or with another video. Bye bye. Stay healthy and happy.